Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series Understanding Black Music History. This is part, this is week three. Week three of the games that were played on October 4th, 1969. So now I'm in the month of October, recapping the games that were played during the 1969 season of college football. And here we go. October 4th, 1969. We're going to start with Boston University beating Harvard by a score of 13-10. Boston College beat Tulane by a score of 28-24. North Carolina beat Vanderbilt by a score of 38-22. Alabama, the number 15 team in the country, beat Mississippi, the number 20 team in the country, by a score of 33-32 in Birmingham. So quarterback Scott Hunter outdueled quarterback Archie Manning. But the difference between Alabama and Mississippi came down to missed conversion by Rebels kicker Perry King. Manning's fine hand was evident in each Rebels score. He ran for 1, 2, and 17-yard touchdowns and threw 2 touchdown passes. Now, Ole Miss enjoyed lead of 32-27 with 7:15 left. Having already scored once himself and passed the setup touchdowns by halfbacks Johnny Musso and Bubba Sawyer, Hunter sparked winning 80-yard touchdown drive, and Hunter hit 3 passes but faced 4th down at 15-yard line. He found wide receiver George Raninger open for a catch. Raninger broke free of tackle at the 3-yard line to score the winning touchdown with 3:42 to go. Next, Georgia, the number 17 in the country, beat South Carolina by a score of 41-16. Mighty defense of number 7 Georgia swarmed pressure all over South Carolina quarterback Tommy Suggs. Still within 51-second span late in the second quarter came 1-yard touchdown plunge by fullback Warren Murray, who had 136 yards and 21 carries and touchdown. Kicker Billy Dupree's 46-yard field goal to bring Gamecocks to win 14-10 at halftime. I am glad to see this Georgia team not let the game get out of control when it looked like the other team had some momentum going, said Georgia coach Vince Dooley. Score stayed at 14-10 through the third quarter until Georgia quarterback Mike Cavin opened the fourth quarter at Carolina 9-yard line, and on 3rd and goal rolled left, then right before being stopped at 1-yard line. From that moment on, powerful running by fullbacks Bruce Kemp, who had 31 carries on 142 yards and a touchdown, who scored on next snap on a 4th down. And Julian Smiley had 80 yards rushing on 16 carries and 2 touchdowns, sparked the explosion of the Bulldogs' 21 points explosion in the fourth quarter. Clemson beat Georgia Tech 21-10. For 24 years under coach Frank Howard, Clemson had visited Atlanta without win against Georgia Tech. Tailback Ray Yarger ran like a tiger with 146 yards on 23 carries and a touchdown, and his 10 and 5-yard touchdown catch from quarterback Tommy Kendrick helped overcome a 10-0 deficit at halftime. Kicker Johnny Duncan had walloped for 54-yard field goal in the first quarter to set the Yellow Jackets' distance record, and defensive back Jeff Ford made 47-yard interception return to launch beat the clock touchdown drive to the enormous tail. Then Steve Foster 5-yard reception from quarterback Charlie Dudish. But Dudish was hurt early in the third quarter, and Georgia Tech committed foolish roughing penalty and punt that put the ball at his 38-yard line, and Yarger powered 28 yards and then beat linebacker coverage for a 10-yard touchdown catch. Clemson went 77 yards to Yarger's second touchdown catch early in the fourth quarter after wide receiver Charlie Waters made dazzling 19-yard grab at 3-yard line. Down punt at Tech 2-yard line, followed by fumble at 6-yard line, set up Yarger's pitching score with 7 minutes to play. Missouri, the number 9 team in the country, beat number 13 Michigan 40-17. Wolverines, winners of last 10 of 11 games, took 3-0 lead in the first quarter on kicker Tim Killian 41-yard field goal. Then suffered through amazing second quarter, described by Coach Bo Schembechler as a nightmare, and I wouldn't have believed it unless I was there. Defensive back Dennis Pop grabbed 2 of 4 turnovers forced by Missouri in the second quarter. Twice Michigan defense was drawn offside with back in motion near its goal line to help Missouri. Fullback Ron McBride and halfback John Staggers slashed for touchdowns. Tigers quarterback Terry McMillan beat halftime clock by 13 seconds with passes of 18 yards, last of which wide receiver Mel Gray took out of bounds at the 1 yard line. McBride scored for a 24-3 halftime edge after Tyker then did off down punt at 1 yard line in the third quarter. Michigan defensive back Barry Pearson returned Missouri's answering punt 50 yards to 10 yard line. Quickly, Wolverines trimmed it to 24-17 on fullback Garvey Crawls' 2 touchdown runs and brought the crowd back to life. But in the opening minute of the fourth quarter, Missouri defensive end Mike Bennett blocked the Wolverines punter Mark Warner's punt at 12 yard line to set up field goal. And halfback Joe Moore had 117 yards rushing on 19 carries, sprinted 62 yards on the draw play for touchdown. Coach Dan Devine upped his record to 9-1-1 against Big Ten since his arrival at Missouri in 1958. Next, Purdue, number 18 in the country, beat number 17 Stanford 36-35. His quarterbacks Mike Phipps, who had 429 yards passing on 5 touchdowns on 28 of 39 passing of Purdue, and the quarterback of Stanford, Jim Plunkett, threw for 355 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 23 out of 46. Put on a spectacular passing show. In the first ever meeting of the 2 schools, Purdue and Stanford, which boasted traditional quarterback greatness. Of 10 touchdowns on scoreboard at day's end, only Stanford fullback Howie Williams' opening 2-yard plunge was scored on ground. Stanford held 35-21 lead entering the fourth quarter after Plunkett connected with tight end Bob Moore and tight end linebacker Ron Kadziel for third quarter tallies. Now Phipps retaliated in the fourth quarter with touchdown arrows to fullback John Bullock and halfback Stan Brown. And with 3:03 left, he hit wide receiver Greg Feder with pressure-packed 2-point pass. Now the last tribe hope died when Plunkett's pass was intercepted by Boilermakers defensive back Mike Rennie with 2:04 to play. Nebraska beat Minnesota by a score of 42-14. Notre Dame beat Michigan State, the number 14 team in the country, by a score of 42-28. Converting 7 passes on third down for first downs, Notre Dame quarterback Joe Theismann pitched 3 touchdown passes and tipped a 7-yard touchdown early in the third quarter. The key play in this game, likely, was Theismann's 29-yard touchdown pass to halfback Ed Ziegler for a 21-14 lead with 49 seconds left before halftime. Michigan State had earned 7-7, 14-14 ties on scores by halfbacks like Tommy Love and Don Highsmith before Ziegler's catch. Now Spartans quarterback Bill Triplett was stymied on triple option, but hit 9 of 25 for 178 yards, including a 35-yard fourth quarter touchdown pass to wide receiver Gordon Badat. Penn State beat Kansas State 17-14. Penn State, number 2 team in the country, beat Kansas State 17-14. Suddenly forceful Kansas State made numerous early threats, but was turned back by 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 4th down failure. Penn State halfback Lydell Mitchell broke away for a 58-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. When fullback Franco Harris capped a 60-yard aerial drive with 3-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, Lions had a 17-0 lead. Now Wildcats stormed back too late in the fourth quarter as halfback Mac Heron plunged across, and quarterback Lynn Dickey launched a 63-yard touchdown pass to end Mike Creed. Next, Colorado defeated Indiana 30-7. Arkansas, the number 3 team in the country, beat Texas Christian by a score of 24-6 in Little Rock. Now, even though Texas Christian had 3 key offensive players out limping, quarterback Steve Judy smartly maneuvered frogs on 2 long early drives as he converted several 3 third down passes a sub-tailback, Marty Whelan, and for banged up Norm Bullock. Lost fumble while sweeping from Arkansas 4-yard line, and on second march, TCU had to settle for the kicker Rain Merritt's 21-yard field goal, down 3-0 soon after kickoff. Haas quarterback Bill Montgomery, full defense on 3rd and 2, faking run and launching long cross-pattern bomb to wide receiver Chuck Dickus, who ran for 73 yards for the touchdown. In the last minute of the second quarter, Merritt made a field goal at end of 73-yard CCU drive from its 22-yard line, kept alive by Judy's 14-yard pass on 4th down. So Frogs trail 10-6 at halftime. Key score came right after second half kickoff as Montgomery Vickers connected on a 23-yard touchdown at end of 80-yard trip. Hogs tailback Bill Barnett scored fourth quarter touchdown after drive was sustained by a 15-yard penalty on Frogs. Number 1, Ohio State blew out Washington by a score of 41-14 as the Huskies of Washington brightened home fans while making 2 early stops of mighty Buckeyes of Fleet, Ohio State. Quarterback Rex Kern burst for a 64-yard touchdown run off right tackle Chuck Hutchinson's block. Now, Buckeyes fullback Jim Otis had 111 yards rushing, 20 carries, and 3 touchdowns, soon started to wear his path to end zone with touchdowns in the first and second quarters and another after halftime. Ohio State scored on its first 2 possessions of third quarter for 35-7 Avalanche. Washington quarterback punter Gene Willis had created his own short touchdown run while punting out of bounds at the Buckeyes' 3-yard line in the second quarter. And after Ohio State's punt out, capping 54-yard touchdown trip with 1-yard sneak. Next, Oregon. Finally, Oregon beat Washington State 25-24. Star halfback Bobby Moore scored twice for Oregon to complement passing of quarterback Tom Blanchard. Blanchard rifled 38-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Bob Newland in the second quarter as the Ducks of Oregon glided to the 19-6 lead at halftime. So, now, Washington State fell behind 25-6 in the third quarter. The Cougars' inability to convert after their first 2 touchdowns later forced them into failed 2-point tries. But late in the third quarter, Wazoo tailback Chuck Hawthorne broke away for a 65-yard touchdown run. Quarterback Jack Wigmore sliced for the 1-yard touchdown midway in the fourth quarter to pull Cougars within 25-18 and raced around left end game's last minute to score. Now, Washington State's 2-point run attempt by tailback Richard Lee Smith was crushed at the line of scrimmage. So that concludes a look at week 3, the week that was. The games that were played during week 3 of October 4th, 1969. Let's look at the AP poll as of October 6th. Number 1 was Iowa State. Number 2 was Texas. Number 3 was Arkansas. Number 4 was Southern California. Number 5, Penn State. 6, Georgia. 7, Missouri. 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Purdue. And number 10, Tennessee. That rounded up the top 10. The rest of the top 20 looks like this. UCLA was number 11, 12, Florida. Alabama 13, Louisiana State 14, Notre Dame 15, Stanford 16, West Virginia 17, 18, Wyoming 19, Michigan State, and finally Nebraska and Auburn were tied for the number 20 spot in the top 20. They were number 20, tied for the 20 spot between Nebraska and Auburn. It was a tie for the 20 spot between Nebraska and Auburn. So that concludes a look at week 3. The week that was college football review. 1969 college football season. The games that were played during week 3 of October 4th, 1969. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Do a video this magnitude tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. The video will be done tomorrow. And continue to move forward in October for the 1969 college football season. Until then, talk to you soon.